The moon, also known as Selene in Greek mythology, inspired this beautiful outfit that I'm wearing today, and also it's our anti-sun, this gorgeous feminine energy that shines a bright light for all of her children at night. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the power of the moon. Welcome to the Crystal Planet.
We could keep everything as simple as the roundness of the moon. Look at its simplicity, Miloe. Everything equal, no part more important than the rest.
So the moon has been worshipped over centuries by different cultures, religions, beliefs. And this amazing crystal that is floating in the sky graces with her presence every night. As you know, the moon also affects our water flow in Earth. So us being made out of 70% water, you can imagine the effect that it has in your vibration and energy. And today I'm going to be talking about how you can channel your energy in different stages of the moon, because we used to believe that only in full moon or only in new moon we can do our rituals and have different approaches to how to manage its energy, but it's incredibly important to also cleanse our energy till the moment when that full moon arrives. By that moment, our energy is so high and our vibrations are so high that if we approach this energy in a bad mood or with bad energy, those energies are also going to be increased. So it's very important that we cleanse our energies and we cleanse our crystals in the process where the moon is going from new moon till full moon. And we have this bridge of phases where we can start cleansing ourselves and cleansing our energies. I'm gonna start with the new moon. In the new moon is where we want to start creating those ideas to visualize what do we want for our lives. So this is a perfect phase of the moon where we can start thinking about new beginnings, new projects that we want to embrace, how we can start a new life, how we can start a new relationship, how we can renew ourselves and reinvent ourselves to something new. So every time you have a new project in mind, the new moon is amazing to challenge your creativity, to also create brainstorming with your intentions, and to take your dreams as far as you can, because this is the moment where you want to start placing it into reality. The second phase of the moon that is important is waxing crescent. And why is it important? Because in this phase, you can start visualizing those things that you already said in the new moon. So this phase is an opportunity for you to start bringing those ideas to reality in your mind, to start creating those visualizations where you're going to be achieving everything that you already set your intention to. So the third one is our first half of the moon. And here our vibrations are already increasing. You have the new moon where we're very calm, we're very stable, and now we're in the half crescent where our energies are starting to rise. So this is super important. This is a super important phase of the moon where we can start bringing our ideas to reality. So you want to start journaling in this moment. You want to start setting your intentions in paper, bringing them to reality, and start taking those little steps that are going to take you to achieve your dreams. In the waxing gibbous, we want to start tapping in our emotions. We want to really identify what emotions are linked to those positive vibrations and what emotions are linked to those negative vibrations. This stage before the full moon happens, this is like days before the full moon happens, it's super important that you start to get rid of all those negative energies that you have in your mind. Anything that can be blocking your energy or make you feel sad or down, you have to start dissolving those energies in your mind. So when the full moon arrives, you only have good vibrations to send to the universe. I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but in the full moon, my animals go wild. I always have trouble sleeping. I sometimes have headaches during the full moon, and this might be a sign that your vibrations are higher than usual. You can, if you have pets in your house, I'm pretty sure that you can see your cats running around like crazy on this full moon day. So that's what's happening inside you. You have this amazing satellite floating in the middle of the sky that also affects our water flows on Earth. So you can imagine your body being 70% water. How is it affected with these vibrations? In crystal therapy, we believe that everything that is material has a certain vibration. So imagine how we're all vibrating in tune with gravity, because that's what makes our water flows being affected by the moon, the gravity pull that it has on Earth. So imagine how your body, that is 70% water, is being affected by this gravitational pull as well. This is the main principle of why the moon is so important for our energetic cycle. As the moon advances in its cycle to the full moon and goes back to the new moon, different stages of our energy are also shifting. So you go from high and then you go to low again. And going low on the other stage of the moon doesn't mean that you're going to be lacking energy. It just means that it's a settling energy. So it's not that you're going to start losing or feeling weak. You might feel weak after the full moon because you were like in this high of energy all the time. But now you're starting to settle again. After you gave thanks, you start settling into receiving the energies that the universe is already sending you. So this stage is also important to consider that you can also do rituals to attract that positive energy that you want into your life. So in every body of energy, you have two poles that are opposite to each other. You have this masculine, very strong energy coming from the sun, and you have this feminine, creative energy, which is also super powerful, coming from the moon. We used to believe that if we're men or women, we have more than the other one, but that is not true. Everyone has inside of them a balance between both energies. Both energies and your references as a child come from these male and female energies that are affecting you every time. Everything that surrounds you has these two poles against each other every day of your life. Of course, some people tend to develop one more than the other one, which makes them more affectionate, more strong, or very resistant to connection to other people. So depending on the one that you have developed, you have to analyze how you can balance the other one as well. Some people also have a deeper connection with the sun. I personally, when I'm in the sun or in the beach, I tend to like run away from it and I try to hide. I don't like to receive too much sun, even though I live in Miami, which is kind of awkward. But I try to stay away from the sun as much as I can because I have this very strong rejection to its energy. Even though it's super positive, I feel it's too strong for me and I prefer the nighttime. But that's also an imbalance that I have to work on because both energies are super helpful for your energy cycle. In the crystal world, we also have these two energies playing a different role depending on the crystals that you select. So I bet you all have a deep connection with the moon if you're in this channel and you're already using crystals and you're interested in working with the energy. You probably are one of these people that are more connected to the moon than the sun. But it's super important that you understand that inside our energetic body, we have two poles that are opposite to each other. We have the very masculine, strong, and material energy of the sun, and we have the spiritual, very powerful as well, and feminine energy of the moon. It is very important that we balance those energies inside our energetic body. So if you feel you're very connected to the moon, but you have these like reserve and like you are not very connected to the sun as well, you might be having an imbalance on your material and protection stones. So it's important that you tend to balance both, and you can work with different crystals to channel different energies. For example, if you want to channel the energy of the sun, you want to use more solid stones like tigerite, like hematite. You can also use goldstone, and these are stones that if you look at them, they're also reflective and they're very solid. This is because the masculine energy works in everything that is related to your material world. So it could be health issues, it could be your body, it could be your confidence, your protection, your enemies, you name it. And then you have the more crystallized stones, the more transparent stones like amethyst, you have selenite, you have quartz, you have rose quartz. You can work with those. Fluorite is also great for the moon. You can work with those to channel your spiritual connection to that feminine energy. So what happens with this feminine and masculine energy is that the feminine energy of the moon is going to make you more creative. It's going to enhance those psychic powers as well, because we all have those psychic powers. So that tiny intuition that you have where you feel like, I don't really like the energy of this person, or this project it might not be the best thing for me, and you tend to stay away from certain people or certain energies or certain situations that you feel that are going to affect you. This is called intuition, and that's part of your psychic abilities. So channeling the energy of the moon is perfect to bring those energies into other areas of your life that you might not be using it. So you might be very savvy for business and you have an intuition to who you might be working with that is going to be good for you and your business, but probably in your relationships you are not as savvy as you are in your business. So you can channel the energy of the moon to also develop that same intuition into your love life. The moon is a personal being that you can connect with. So some of the exercises that I do is I usually, when I ask something, I go outside to my garden and I sit with it and I meditate for a few seconds, and what I do is I talk to her the same way I would talk to my mother. So I just tell her my problems, I tell her what I want in my life, I ask her for favors, and then I give her something in return. So this is a great exercise to also bring something positive after the universe has given you something. So for example, if you ask something for the moon and you receive it and you're grateful, you can also return that favor to someone that might need it as well. So now that you know how to channel the energy of the moon, I challenge you to really sit outside and just tune into one of the phases of the moon. It doesn't matter when you're seeing this video, you can always go outside. And I remember this quote from Greece culture that they didn't used to create temples for the moon, for Selene, because you could see her every night in the sky. The sky was her biggest temple. So you can go outside and find in the sky this amazing temple where you can talk to your mother and speak to her and channel her amazing energy, and she's gonna protect you. Let me know in the comment section below if you have a special story with the moon, or how you used to communicate with her. If you are still doing it, how you do it. I really want to know how you guys have this special connection with the moon as well. If you also want to check my jewelry, you can go to the link that I'm going to leave in the description below. And if you like this video, remember to like, comment, and also subscribe to my channel. Until next time, and I really hope you guys have the best energy during these crazy times that we're living.